made video in a while, so I'm just trying to get my right angle. So I just wanted to do a quick update. One, what this video is going to be about, and two, just my update super quick of neurology before we get into my appointment today. So if you are here because of my Instagram, welcome. You probably have been following my journey with neurology. So kind of a bit of a background on what's been happening. About late 2016, I started getting severe migraines. I never really had a migraine before, so they randomly really just came out, and it was really scary at first because I hadn't experienced them, so I was like really nervous, but started taking some meds for them, and I was able to kind of work through them. And caffeine really does help the process for them, which I think is great. So I was able to manage. My doctors did have me get a CT scan. Everything came back normal. They said you're probably just having migraines, which was awesome. But in, November of last year, stuff started to get a little bit creepy. And basically, so what happened was that I started getting floaters all basically on the left side of my eyes. They're everywhere and they're constantly falling, but I'm not getting migraines. They're just always there, and stuff is literally always falling from my eye. I tingle pretty much my left side, all into my right shoulder, my right arm, and all of my arm has gone numb, and then all of my leg has gone numb. So it happened for a while. Kind of scared me enough because I wasn't able to walk on my left leg. I was like dragging it because it was just completely numb. I was like dead. It was so weird. So my rheumatologist said, I think it's time that we check your eyes. So they checked my eyes to make sure that there wasn't anything happening with Plaquenil toxicity, which can happen with lupus patients who are on Plaquenil for an extended amount of time. My eyes were okay. There was some inflammation in the back of the eye, but it wasn't anything that was too alarming or to where they would need to stop my Plaquenil. It was a little bit of a worry, especially for my eye doctor, because he was like, I think you're on too much Plaquenil since you lost such a significant amount of weight. You're on a really high amount. But my rheumatologist was like, no, you're fine. It's working. Let's just keep it at what it is now. So I went to see neurology, and my doctor is special. He has a very different personality, very straight to the point, very thorough, but he does not have bedside manner at all, which I kind of wanted in the situations. I don't really mind, just because I wanted somebody who was going to be honest and be like, oh yeah, this is what's wrong, or this is not what's wrong. So I sat down with him, talked to him, and they wanted to rule out a stroke, so I got an MRI done without contrast because I'm allergic to contrast. So I got the MRI done, and they saw I did not have a stroke, which was great. And everyone was like literally holding their breath because I have been tested for a stroke before, and so we were really nervous to see what the outcome was going to be. So I didn't have a stroke, which is great news. And they couldn't see any lesions on my brain, but they did it without contrast. So next step is going to be to test for MS another way, which is something that could be happening. They also think that it may be something called vasculitis, which I don't really know too much about, but I'm sure I'll know more about later. And then hemiplegic migraines, which basically mimic strokes, but they're not. They're just migraines. So you don't really have a headache, but it gives you all the symptoms of a stroke, which is so weird and so scary. So I'm really, really hoping that this appointment goes well. That way we can at least figure out next steps, see what we're going to do next. And I love a proactive plan. So I love knowing what we're going to do next. That way everything gets taken care of and handled, and we at least have a clear path. If I'm like walking blindly, I get so nervous. So it's really my last big appointment of this month until I have my cardiology appointment on the 27th, which is like my yearly, where they do another repeat echo to make sure that my aneurysm hasn't changed and that we're good. So hopefully this appointment goes good and we get next steps. I know a lot of other people who follow me on Instagram are kind of going through the same issues, or that, you know, they have the same kind of symptoms and are either scared to get tested, or they have and they haven't really gotten a clear path. So I'm really hopeful. Hopefully I get some good info and I can share some with you. So I think this is pretty cool, just because like this area is known as Stone Oak in San Antonio, and literally all of my doctors are in the same vicinity. Like my cardiologist, my rheumatologist, my neurologist, the hospital that I go to every single time is here, and I tend to, sorry guys, I tend to go to that one because it is, they know all of my info, and it's just easier to come over here. And so I think Roman's right in this being the ideal area for us to live in, for sure. So I'm so sorry that my video like fell down. I don't have any of that like fancy shit where you can like put your camera up while you drive. Roman has all that stuff, and he has a GoPro and it like mounts on everything, and I don't have it. Everything I do in my YouTube videos, I do on my cell phone. So editing and recording, and it's just all done on my iPhone. For me, that's just easier. If I don't have to do homework, I'm not getting on my laptop. Or if I don't have to work, I'm not getting on my work laptop. It's just how it goes. I'm here at my neurology appointment, and let's see how it goes. Comment below. So I just wrapped up my neurology appointment, and it was really interesting and very fast. So he went over basically my MRI. It looked good. They're ruling out MS for now, which hell yes, and forever, because obviously I don't have any symptoms, so thank the Lord. But it's something called hemiplegic migraines, and I know I mentioned it that it may be this before, but they weren't sure. They wanted to do the MRI. Now he's pretty much come back and said, yes, that is what you have. So quick rundown of what it is for the most part. It is basically a migraine that acts as a stroke, and your whole left side of your face goes numb, or any side of your face can go numb actually. And basically you'll get some droopiness, some muscle weakness. Personally, I can't move my legs or my arms. Still get like the visual floaters, but I don't have a migraine sometimes. A lot of times it all happens without a migraine being present, so that kind of freaked me out, because I was like, oh shit, maybe I did have a stroke. But I didn't, it just kind of mimics one, and that's where we're at for now. So he did prescribe me something called Cambia. Unfortunately, my insurance will not cover it, so I need to see if I can qualify to get basically some relief from the manufacturer. But that goes based on income, so you know, if you are basically making a decent income and you're a two-family household, usually they deny you. So I'm a little bit concerned as to how that's gonna go. So I'll post more about my process with dealing with this pharmacy trying to get this med. He doesn't want to give me any triptans, the basic drugs that they use for for migraines, and that's basically because my heart rate is so high. I'm on the metoprolol, still cannot control my heart rate that well. It was a little bit lower this time, which he was happy with. It was at 88 beats per minute or 87 beats per minute. Which was lower than last time, but last time I was fluctuating between 98 and 102, and he was really concerned, and he just doesn't want to go into that whole deal of messing with my heart rate even more, just because he is kind of concerned at this point. He said my blood work came back okay. He was a little bit concerned that one of my anticardiolipids was high, which can be dangerous with, you know, if that's high, and then with the aneurysm, and so all this stuff, it plays a factor. But my rheumatologist said she wants to wait to add any aspirin or anything else until she tests me again in October. So until then, that's kind of where we stand, and we're on a roll. So definitely not great news. It's not what you want to hear, but it isn't anything that, you know, it isn't anything crazy or to add on to my plate. It's definitely a peace of mind, because now I know what I have, and we know how to treat it, and we can just
move on from here and keep being fabulous, and I won't be totally freaked out when my face goes and I'm on the left side anymore and like panic, because I know what's happening. So definitely feel great. We got a great plan. I see him in 3 months to follow up to see how everything's going. He wants me to add more supplements into my diet, and so I'll go ahead and try that for like the next few months to see how everything goes. But other than that, we're good to go. We got a game plan, guys.
Okay, so I thought I would just throw this in this video because everyone's always asking, where do I get my clothes from? And it's Marshalls. I'm so excited. Let's go buy some things. So this took a little bit of a turn. I was at Marshalls and had to leave because I just started, it's terrible. It's absolutely the worst crap ever. As you can see, my eyes are like watery because it always makes my eyes watery. So it's unpredictable and it sucks. Vomiting sucks. I haven't eaten anyway, I ate half a slice of bread today. And I got this sick, and it's so shitty, but it's a life we live, man. You never know what's gonna happen. It just hits when it wants to. So this is basically just to show how fast things can go from good to just shitty. It's so weird because you'll be having like a really good day and all of a sudden it just hits you and you're like, it's bad. It's super bad. And my heart rate is super high right now and it's not really going down. And the vomiting hasn't really let up at all. I did try to eat and that really wasn't the best idea, but I hadn't eaten anything and I took my Plaquenil on an empty stomach, so I was like kind of worried about what would happen if I took it on an empty stomach, and really had the same result as if, actually it would have probably been a little bit smoother if I just didn't eat. So living with this shit sucks sometimes because you start off having a really great day, start off being super productive, and then by the end of the day you're sick and vomiting and just sucks. So really when things happen like this and I can't stop throwing it, I try to sip Topo Chico and then go hard on like Gatorade and try to get it to work out that way and see if that helps. Try to stay away from water. It was a long day at work and a hectic, busy day, but day's over. It's almost 6. Time to just chill. So I figured I would show you what I got from Marshalls when I got to spend some time in there today. I am really bummed because I didn't get to go into the home section and I was just kind of stuck seeing what I saw briefly. And basically they usually have like a huge display at Marshalls, and I went right away to that display and found everything there because I was only in there for about 5 or 10 minutes before I started throwing up, so I had to bounce pretty quick. But this is what I got. I got these pants and I'm like in love with them. They're like ankle length and they're kind of like a jersey knit material, but they're super comfy and I'm loving this print for fall, especially, and going into winter. I think it'll be like a great, they're a great piece to just have on hand. You can pair with a black top, a blue jean top, a button up, or even what I'm loving is like kind of like old band graphic tees and using them like that and then just kind of like tying it at the waist. I think that's gonna look super cute, and they were only 12 bucks. Then I got this romper here. It's I guess a pantsuit because it's like, or a jumpsuit because it's pretty long. You know, it's going to go all the way to the floor. I'm probably going to have to get a tailor because I'm so short. But I think this is a great piece to either with sandals or wedges or just wear to work or, you know, however, dress it up with heels. These, I love these because they're so chill. They're inexpensive and they're usually always a jersey knit, like print, like, or I'm sorry, jersey knit fabric like these are. I'm loving the gotcho pants, super comfy. And the great thing about these is that you can just pair them with like, you know, blue jean tops tied around the waist, or you can do a leather jacket or pretty much anything on top to just make it super comfy. And then I also just picked up this top and I liked this top. I don't necessarily know that I would wear it to anywhere other than work, but I like a challenge. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure I can figure out something to do with it. But I usually just try to stick to button-ups just straight for work just because I feel like it looks a little bit weird wearing like shorts and button-ups. So that's just my personal opinion. I don't feel like it looks right on me, but that is what I am working with right now, and that was what I picked up on my Marshalls haul today. Alright guys, I am out of here and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully I will be back soon with some more videos, and hopefully I'll feel a little bit better next time and my day ends up a little bit better. Until then, I hope you guys have a great day. Click subscribe, click like, leave some comments below so I know you were here, and I hope you have a great day. Bye guys.